Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here at weatherweb.net, and it is Monday the 13th of January. Thanks again for watching. Quick reminder that the site itself is all kept free of charge because of you. So thanks for coming back and using the charts and telling your friends, because that means we can put more adverts in front of you, and more eyes viewing the adverts means more revenue is generated, which means that we can produce even more videos and keep the whole of the site free of charge. You'll see that I've added some new charts as well that I'm tweeting out at the moment just to test them. So if you're not following on Twitter, do so at WXWeb, and you'll see the new charts on there. Anyhow, so this afternoon, quite an interesting one really, first of all. I mean, probably irrelevant for most of you watching this, but in terms of what the weather's going to do, but just interesting to have a look and let the weather teach us a few things. We've got a trough out towards the west this afternoon. This is the picture from midday this afternoon. You see those cumulus clouds, these blotches of cloud in there, they're cumulus cloud. And what's going on here, as well as along the south coast, by the way, is we've got a trough. Now, a trough forms when you get colder air at upper levels. What that does is it destabilises the atmosphere. It means that these cumulus clouds can build even more, and that generates showers, and those showers show quite clearly on the radar here, the reds and the yellows indicating heavy showers at 3 o'clock coming into southwestern parts of Scotland, coming into the west of Wales, southwest England, and the trough is actually in here in that sort of shape, and it's going to be tracking its way eastwards during the course of this evening and overnight, taking those heavy showers with it. But as it clears away to the east, temperatures will fall quickly, and ice is going to be a problem on the roads in the morning. So if you're out and about early on, take care. I actually think one of the main problems with ice is probably going to be between about 7 and 9 o'clock in the morning. You know, just as the sun rises, and what it does is it melts off some of the ice on the roads, and then it refreezes again. So I think that's something to watch out for tomorrow morning, with temperatures hovering around freezing. Certainly, it looks like being quite an icy one, and probably into the mid part of the morning. So here's the trough then, just follow it through. This is 6 o'clock this morning, and just watch the blue line here. You see we've got temperatures typically at sort of minus 31 degrees at 500 millibars. But notice how through the course of this afternoon, this was midday today, notice how that blue line is advancing eastwards, temperatures dropping off. We're now at minus 32, minus 35 in here. And see this trough here, this is it moving its way eastwards during the course of this evening and overnight tonight. Now, most of the precipitation is ahead of the trough in here as this system moves eastwards. And then notice how the warm air starts to move in from the west, ready for the next set of fronts to come in through Ireland and into the southwest of the country during the course of Tuesday. So just a reminder of the chart from Monday afternoon. Here's the trough that we've just been looking at, moving its way eastwards. Tuesday sees this front moving into the west, bringing some outbreaks of rain in the afternoon across western areas. But I think for most it's going to be a fine day with some sunny spells, although some morning showers to get rid of across East Anglia and the southeast. Incidentally, as that system comes in, it is going to be turning to snow across the hills of Scotland, and I think that probably lasting into the early part of the evening, perhaps even a few bits of wet snow across the very highest tops of the mountains of Wales as well, but it probably only short-lived, I think, turning back to rain quite quickly during the course of the evening. On to Wednesday now, and we're in a warm sector for most of us on Wednesday. Now, that means plenty of cloud, it means breeze, it means outbreaks of rain, particularly in the west and the south. Most of the rain for western parts of Scotland, I think also moving into southwest England later on. So pretty cloudy, pretty breezy day, some rain across the west and south, drier in the Midlands and northeast England if you're lucky through the day, and a very mild one as well, 10 degrees in the south, probably about 8 in Scotland. Thursday looks like this, low pressure in control on Thursday. Showers affecting many western and also southern areas. But again, I think Midlands, northern England, eastern parts of Scotland, eastern parts of Wales, probably fair with some sunny spells throughout the course of Thursday. Friday, low pressure still present, troughs rotating around the low. Not entirely sure this is how things work out, but it looks like a mixture of sunshine and showers through the day on Friday. Most of the showers, again, to the west and south. Saturday sees showers once more, but I think this front lining itself up to come in from the west during the course of Saturday afternoon into the evening, actually I should say during Saturday evening, bringing rain with it, and that sets us up for cooler conditions into next week. And I've just got this feeling that late next week, myself and Gary have been talking in the office here about this one, it just shaping itself up the second half of next week to look cold and damp and just pretty miserable winter conditions really. Not snow, but just chilly and damp through the week. Anyway, these are the means of the 500 millibar flow, taking us through from next Monday through to Thursday the 23rd. This is the ECMWF on the left here, and the GFS is here on the right. Now, both of them actually very similar in that they've got a ridge here in the Atlantic look, and then the GFS strengthens the trough through Europe, whereas the ECMWF wants to keep it closer into the UK. ECMWF at the moment is the cooler of the runs, got this big ridge out over Scandinavia on both as well, but the ECMWF wants to try and bring in an east to northeasterly flow for a time across England and parts of eastern Scotland. That would bring in cold conditions. Again, it's not looking depths of winter cold. I think it would just be a very brief cold snap, whereas the GFS actually wants to just make that a very short-lived affair, and it wants to bring us back into a cold west-northwesterly. Either way, I think we're going to be in for a chillier week next week. As I say, I don't think depths of winter cold. Certainly that's not what the models are indicating just yet, although it's one to be watching. I think just cold and damp is probably the best idea, and getting damper during the course of next week. And you can see there, this is the GFS ensemble. You see just that fall off in temperatures here from where they are this week at sort of 10 degrees to where they're going down to next week, which is between about 5 and 7 degrees. Add on the wind, add on the rain, it's not going to be feeling great. CFS looks like this. Week 1, this is this week. Look, got it about right. Low pressure out towards the west there. Here's this big ridge that's building out across the Newfoundland and through Greenland, topping out across the northern parts of Scandinavia. Week 2... during the week 2 period, still got low pressure, look there, close to us. Got the ridge out towards the west, deep trough through the country with the ridge out towards the east, which is what we've just been looking at. Now, this is from the 20th through to the 26th. This all indicates unsettled and damp conditions, as I said. Jet stream coming in from the west-northwest, generally south of the country, occasionally over the country, which is why we're looking at it being unsettled. And then into week 3, build of a ridge out towards the west. There's the trough slipping out towards the east, look. And here's the northwesterly coming in. I think drier conditions down towards the south and the west, certainly during the course of this week, according to the CFS. Still cool and damp towards the north and the east. And I think it's still following this idea of a cold end to January and the early part of February. Although, as I say, we're not talking classic winter conditions. And then, for the first week of February, from the 3rd to the 9th of February, still got the higher than normal heights in the Atlantic, trough still through the UK here, with lower than normal heights centred up towards the north. This nudges the jet stream a little bit further north, so it would indicate that probably Scotland, Northern Ireland, parts of Northern England stay damp and unsettled, but down towards the south, sort of southern England, Wales, Ireland, here drier conditions as these higher than normal heights build in. So actually we go back into the west, with probably southern areas going back into near normal temperatures, but the north remaining rather cool. Now remember, all the way through this forecast I've been saying cool, not cold, and I think that's the way this is probably going to go. I have to put my hands up and say I thought by now we'd probably be colder than we actually are. So a bit of a bust in the forecast, but the idea of it getting cooler was correct. It's just it hasn't gone as cold as it first appeared that it would do. So I'll leave you with that for now. Thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. Don't forget, follow us on Twitter at WXWeb. You can do a search on Facebook for us, and we list as Weather School on Facebook. And whatever you're doing, have a fantastic day, keep the sun shining, and bye for now.